Right here, down. Protect them out. We put the work in. Let's finish. Come on, man. Let's do this. Family, I'll do 1, 2, 3.
You see, we dream chase, because that's all we was given to start with. Then we realized the dream was obtainable. Now look at us.
What's going on, Eagles Nation and TMTP family? Welcome back to another episode here on the Main Thing Podcast Presents. It's your boy, Mr. Owens, and after further review, the call stands. I'm still official with no stripes.
What's going on, Eagles family? This is your man, Big Huss, the one you trust, bring you all your Philadelphia Eagles latest. It's game time, okay? The Eagles are 4-0. Cause for celebration, cause for concern. I mean, it has been pretty, but hell, we're still 4-0. Sunday, Broncos coming to town, okay? Let's ride, okay? No Russell Wilson. They come into town. Should be a good matchup. They're hot. Eagles are even hotter. We're going to break down matchups, injuries, keys to victories, predictions. Man, everything y'all need to know before kickoff. But before we jump into that, you already know Mr. Owens has to talk to you.
To our loyal supporters, because they already know the vibes. Thank you for y'all continued support. None of this is able to happen without the support from y'all. And to our new supporters, welcome to the community and our family. Let's continue to do our part as a community and a family. Continue to please like the videos. It helps with the visibility in the algorithm. Disrespect that comment section. Share and subscribe to the community and our content. And last but not least, again, don't forget to do this because you know me and Big House going to remind you. Make sure to turn on them noties, aka them notifications, and keep your ears and eyes peeled to the streets like your local neighborhood watch. Wow. So you don't miss with me and Big Huss drop this pressure on y'all.
Go do that. Go do that. So like I said, it's game time, man. Sunday, October 5th, 1 o'clock at the Linc. Broncos coming into town. It'll be streaming on CBS and other networks, as you know. Eagles are favorite, about 3.5 to 4.5 right now. We should be favorites. We're 4-0. You dig? But like I said, it hasn't been pretty. Offense ranks near the bottom in total offense. Somehow we're still putting up numbers. The DVO metrics show that they're only at 12th overall. That's offense 17th, defensive 14th. As me and Mr. Owens spoke off camera, maybe everybody doesn't know what DVOA means. Yep. Defense adjusted value over average. So just comparing it all, weighing it all out, and we're kind of in the middle of the pack. A little ahead, but kind of in the middle, right? We could be better. The red zone offense, as we spoke in previous videos, been electric, immaculate. But Denver counters are one of the top red zone defenses. So that'll be a good matchup for us to really, take a look at, man. There's going to be some banging down there in between the 20, inside the 20s. Broncos identity. Denver's 2-2. They lost some close ones. Now they're 2-2. But on the flip side of that, they could easily be 4-0. The two losses that they have were last-minute drives. I believe last-minute field goals, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, they lost to the Chargers. Because my bad, they lost to the Chargers 23-20, and then they lost to the Indianapolis Colts 29-28.
Come on now, Mr. Owens coming through with it. He already had it on deck. You feel me? Like for real. So it's been tight. You look at that, they could easily, like I said, easily be 4-0 as well. So this isn't a game we should go in lacking, slacking, overlooking them. It's gonna be tight. They come off a strong Monday night win over Cincinnati, even though Cincinnati, I ain't going.
Cincinnati.
Yeah. They pool right now. You feel me? But the run game has been the strength. And look, they have a couple horses back there. What is it? The rookie RJ Harvey.
Their second round pick.
Yep, and then J.K. Dobbins, he's come back with a bit of a resurgence, bringing him some life, and they're really leaning on that. And as much as we talk about our quarterback and using his legs, Bo Nix is a very athletic quarterback. His legs will, I'm sure, will be factored into the offense and things of that nature.
And it's key that you said that because Bo Nix, what I noticed about Bo Nix is in the pocket, when you put a lot of pressure on him, he gets rattled. He doesn't want to stay in the pocket. He doesn't want to deliver passes with pressure in his face. So what Bo Nix likes to do is break, contain, and escape outside of the pocket and throw on the run. So we got to keep a lookout for that. And as you mentioned, his feet. He's more athletic than people realize that he is. Yep,
absolutely. Wouldn't call him a elite quarterback,
no,
but he's a football player. He is a football player, ladies and gentlemen. Now something else that they can lean on, their defensive line pressure, sacks, red zone defense are major weapons. Look, their defense is solid right now. They're not to be overlooked, right? They can take a punch and counter one. So we got to make sure that we're coming in on our P's and Q's. Now, on defense, Nik Bonitto is the leader in their pass rush. He's really been establishing himself as an edge threat. I believe this is his second or third year in the league.
I believe so, out of Miami.
Yep.
Look, big huss.
Man, come on.
That's
they on right now, dog. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, but no, he's been balling. This is somebody who you talk about as an edge rusher, him and Lane Johnson, possibly moving around, him and Jordan Mailata. Hey, that's going to be must-watch TV. Let's keep it a being, you know. Zach Allen, DJ Jones, they also anchor the defensive front. In the secondary, hey, we have one of them ones, but they got one of them ones too. In a PS2, Patrick Surtain II, he's a lockdown corner. You could probably say he's the #1 corner in the league. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it a buck. Tough. They also have pieces like Chris Abrams-Drain, rookie Jade Barron out of Texas. I really like that kid as well. Very, very talented. On offense, big body receiver Courtland Sutton. He's been coming on here late, healthy, go-to target for Bo Nix. We talk about matchups. Courtland Sutton, Q, must-watch TV. It's going to be a lot of must-watch TV going on tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Okay.
Get your popcorn ready.
Straight up. Right. So tight end Evan Ingram, if you don't know, he was with the Giants at one time, was also Jaguars.
Correct.
At one time. Nate Atkins, they have options. This team, look, offensively, there's weapons. Defensively, there's weapons. Where they're really lacking, as opposed, and this is just me just speaking, I guess off top dome, just giving, the experience. Even though we're a young team, we're an experienced team. They're a young team who really hasn't been in the big moments. And for me, I think that's where some of the biggest differences come in. Obviously, we have elite players, some of the best in the world, Super Bowl champions. Let's not forget it. Okay.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
Okay. Right. Super Bowl champion. Y'all see the hardware, right? But they're lacking that. So they don't know what it takes to truly win in these type moments, where we do. You have the tush push and everything that's been circulating around that. To Sean Payton's credit, one of the few coaches who actually backed the tush push, he has no problem with it. You know, it's a short yardage tush push, play calling. Hey, critics call it BS. My man praises it. If you do something well, why knock a team for doing something well? And he's a creative mind, so he's been behind a lot of like, what do you call it at the time?
Those New Orleans Saints offenses.
That's what I was over here, man. Like
constantly being in the top 5.
Come on now. And they had weapons galore down there, so he's all about offense. So appreciate you, Sean Payton, man. But we're gonna whip that ass on Sunday.
Now, because that was a great take on the storyline for our game tomorrow versus the Denver Broncos. And now let's switch gears into the injuries and roster watch. So, of course, we're going to start on the good guys side. That is the Eagle. The loss of Ogbo Okoronkwo to injured reserves via his triceps is a major blow to the pass rush. also Nolan Smith is also down with a tricep issue, as y'all are aware. The Eagles will now heavily rely on Jalix Hunt, Zadarius Smith, Josh Uche, Patrick Johnson, and Azeez Ojulari to fill those voids. Now let's take it to the back end. In the secondary, Husky already spoke on this man right here, but Quinyon Mitchell is emerging as a major stalwart in our defense. Look, if y'all ain't heard, we gonna fill y'all in. He earned NFL Defensive Player of the Week honors for his lockdown performances, 23-1. Nobody getting out for real. Y'all on Pelican Bay with him. Look, man, but look, cool. He continues to pair with Quinyon Mitchell to form a corner tandem that Denver has to challenge. And guess what? If anybody likes our odds, me and Big Hus like those odds right there. Now let's flip it over to the Broncos country. Let's ride. Now, their player injury and availability is Lucas Krull. He is a tight end for them. He just suffered a broken bone in his foot during practice and is expected to be placed on short-term IR. And Nate Atkins, who had ankle surgery work, he's also a tight end for them. His availability might be spotty early, but I know that he did get cleared to play in this game, Big Hus. Now, the rest of Denver's key players appear healthy as the depth charts are listed. So basically, it's about to be healthy roster for us with the Eagles versus healthy roster for the Denver Broncos. This is going to be a dynamic game, Big Hus.
Absolutely a dynamic game. Very much looking forward to this, man. Now, let's talk about some key matchups, battles, everything in between, you know. Edge pressure, pass rush battle. We're already down to edge rushers, as Mr. Owen said. So if we can't get pressure, this Denver O-line, I don't want to say could have their way, but they could hold up, right? You have Bowles, McGlinchey, Powers, Menarez, Wattensburg. There's stability there. So we have to find a way to really not only pressure Bo Nix, but as you talked about earlier, Bo Nix likes to get outside the pocket, usually contain Bo Nix.
Yes.
This needs to be a game plan how we would play a Jaden Daniels or one of those type quarterbacks. Really keep them in the pocket. As they say about Jalen Hurts, make them beat you from the pocket. Yeah. This is what we need to do to Bo Nix, right? Until he can prove that he can do it on a consistent basis, that should be the game plan. As we spoke on Nik Bonitto, he's a force from the edge. Lane Johnson, we love pave the lane, but he's coming back off a little injury. Jordan Mailata's been solid. We know Jordan, but Nik Bonitto, he's a baller, y'all. Then they also have Zach Allen, DJ Jones, who can collapse the pocket from the middle. Now, if I'm being honest, right now, up the middle is what gives me most concerns with the Eagles O-line. Cam Jurgens, Landon Dickerson, who's been battling through injuries, they've been a little suspect so far this year. So we have to make sure that we're not allowing pressure strip the middle to hit Jalen right in his face, because that leads to errant throws, turnovers, whatever the case may be. Now, the run game versus the run defense. We spoke on the running backs. Denver's run rotation, they're eating right now. Them two, Dobbins and Harvey, they're a solid pair. You know, they're not Saquons, but the combination of they complement each other well, though. I would say that. So we have to make sure that we are really putting a stop to the run. We did well with that majority last week, but then second half versus the Bucs, it kind of things started opening it up a little bit more, allowing Baker Mayfield to hit some of these explosive plays and things of that nature. We can't do that this week. Got to fill the run lanes. We have to tackle. We cannot afford to miss tackles this week, because this team will make you pay.
Yes.
Right. They can be explosive if you do so, right?
And because let me interject really quickly. As you mentioned, I just wanted to add on, because you made a very great point. We need to fill our run lanes and our gaps responsibly. And then also what I saw last week versus the Bucs, we didn't really have trouble up the middle when it came to running. We had trouble on the outside stretch zones type schemes and concepts. And then also real quick, because Denver's defensive line, as you mentioned, is ferocious. Their defense ranks tops in the league in a lot of different categories. And then one thing that I also noticed about their offensive line as well, because is they're one of the teams that have played together. And so they have a lot of continuity. So that's why they're able to protect Bo Nix and things like that. But like you said, as long as we get pressure on Bo Nix, we will be fine in this game.
Absolutely. Now, passing and in the coverage. You already heard from our wide receivers this week. Give us the damn ball, right? That's essentially what they said. We the playmakers. You paid us. Let us go make plays, right? But it's going to be sticky. As we said, PS2, he's like that, y'all. Physical corner, long corner, fast. More than likely, he will be shadowing A.J. Brown, which means you have Smitty on the backside. Smitty should get some targets this week. Smitty should really eat this week. Obviously, we're going to try to hit A.J., but I don't believe that their second corner can cover Smitty, right? I'm just keeping it a buck. Now, their receiver, Courtland Sutton, we spoke on him. He's going to draw attention. More than likely, he'll be getting shadowed by by Q, excuse me. Which means whoever is starting at that opposite corner, you gotta be tight because you're probably gonna get a lot of passes thrown your way that on Sunday. If Evan Ingram is active, he's a mismatch in the passing game. Run-wise, I feel like we can abuse him, but as a passing threat, he's a viable option. Denver's defense, Surtain, Abrams, Drain, Barron. Look, they're going to have their hands full, but they're a tight bunch. As Mr. Owen said, the Denver defense is ferocious, y'all. They've had a defense now for a couple years, and you could honestly thank our damn defensive coordinator for putting that together for them, and then they've just kind of carried it on since. Blame Vic for their defense being so good right now.
And on top of that, because not only Vic constructed that, but then now they got Vance Joseph, who is another bright defensive mind as their defensive coordinator.
Yep. A lot. So they're tight, y'all. They really are tight. You have Taluna Noah Hufanga, formerly with the 49ers. You don't remember him, safety over there. Brandon Jones at safety. I believe he's been there a little while. They have a great back end. A nice front four or front seven, really. I take that back. Front four. The linebacker play is a little sus right now because a lot of injuries. You have Drake Greenlaw, who's hurt. I believe there was another linebacker who may be hurt. So they have some backups filling in. Alex Singleton, former Eagle, he's there. Let's make sure we abuse him in coverage. We know how that goes. Okay. All right. Yeah. But no, so red zone is situational football. This is where the game is more than likely going to be won and lost on Sunday, as we spoke about. Offensively, red zone for us, and defensively, truthfully, we're tops in the game right now. But so are they, especially on the defensive side of the ball. So it's going to be a lot of matchups down there. Philly has to take advantage and execute. We cannot go down to the red zone and not walk away with points. Field goals are nice, but touchdowns are much better, right?
Okay, QB1.
All right. We'll write that down. Right. But no, Denver's offense, they have the ability to make big plays, but we have to make them settle for field goals or hell, not even allow them to get down there in the red zone. All right. We don't want this game to somehow turn into a shootout or whatever the case. Let's do what we have to do. When we're down there, punch it in. Let's keep them out of there. When defense is down there, bend but don't break. That's kind of been our identity as a defense. But a lot of that, I'm telling you, honestly, I feel like we'll shut down and run this week. I think what we have to be more leery of or more just mindful of is Bo Nix's legs and his ability to create. Like I said, he's not an elite quarterback, but he's a football player. I put him in the Baker Mayfield vein. You know, like
great comparison.
You know what I'm saying? Not elite, but hey, man, he'll get it done if you allow him to. You feel me? So some things just to look at.
And to add on to your beautiful passing take via Denver, because I wanted to add on, you know how Bo Nix's favorite target is Courtland Sutton, as you mentioned, and then Evan Ingram can be a problem in the passing game. Something I noticed that Denver does well, and what Sean Payton usually does, what did he do down with New Orleans? He gets his running backs involved in the passing game because you should have used Alvin Kamara. And what I started noticing this year with Denver is they use RJ Harvey in the passing game a lot. So we gotta keep an eye out on that because that's where they got a lot of big plays last week versus the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay.
Yep. But now we're on to stats and some trends to watch, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. So now the unfortunate news. We got some concerning stats for our Philadelphia Eagles. Obviously, we know they rank among the bottom teams in total offense. I believe me and Big Huss went over that. We're 30th ranked in offense and yards per play, but their rushing attack, our rushing attack with Saquon has taken a blow. We rank in the low 20s to 30s for average yards per carry. We got to get that up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. And then finally, we have allowed pressures and sacks, especially from the interior line. So we know if you look at the PFF rankings, our offensive line hasn't been what it was in 2024. I know that Cam Jurgens' PFF ranking is lower than it was in 2024. Also, Landon Dickerson's PFF ranking is lower than it was in 2024. Obviously, we don't have Mekhi Becton, but Mekhi Becton's PFF ranking was higher than Tyler Steen's. And what I really think about it is I love the tush push, but then also the amount of times that we have ran that tush push, I think that the offense is finally starting to catch up to the offensive line. And that's where some of these injuries are coming from. But now on to the other guys, the Broncos country, the Broncos strengths and their player stats. So Nik Bonitto, who Husky had touched on earlier from the U, he had 13 and a half sacks in 2024, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. So he's somebody to not play with and is among Denver's leaders in disrupting offenses. So we got to keep our eyes on him. Bo Nix, a former first-round pick, has improved over these last few weeks, especially in road efficiency. And we know he's coming into the Linc. RJ Harvey, who we just spoke about, he has already produced in his limited touches, averaging solid yards per carry. Now, Denver's defensive front, Allen, DJ Jones, the whole defensive line is deep, and they are capable of rotating to maintain pressure. They'll send out waves at you. In their secondary, again, PS2 is a consistent shutdown force, and the other cornerbacks and safeties do provide playmaking depth on Denver's back end. So now, when we look around the NFL and look around all the different analysts who's predicting this game, many still do, of course, favor Husky hit it right on the head, the reigning Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. But Denver's but Denver's mix of stars and the under the radar playmakers make this game a potential upset, aka trap game. So experts do suggest turnovers, the pass rush, and red zone efficiency will be the deciding factors in this ball game tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Hey, that was perfect. You spot on with everything. For real. So pretty much just some quick keys to victory. Pretty much touched on most of it, but for the Eagles to win, got to generate consistent pass rush. Hey, without blitzing if possible. Because a lot of times with blitzing is nice, right? And when you're thinking blitz, yeah, send the rush, somebody will get home. But if they don't, and he slips by, he's out the gate, straight up. So got to generate a pass rush, hopefully with 4, but working together as a unit, right? We have to stretch the field. We can't allow this is something that we really have to start taking advantage of. We can't allow teams to truly just crowd the box. We have to start taking the top off of defense to allow some of these running lanes to open up. And then when that starts opening up, I honestly believe the passing game will start getting better as well, right? So let's try to stretch the field where we can, whether it be Smitty, Brown, Goddard, Jahan. Let's not forget about him. He already had a 50-yard plus catch earlier in the season, so he's proven he can take the top off. Stifle their run game. We cannot let that run game get started, and that's just how we like to do, folks. We want to run the ball down their throats. We can do. They're gonna want to do the same thing for real, right? Got to stifle the run, and the run game isn't always just handing it off. as Mr. Owens said, they like to hit the running backs in the passing game. A swing route for 4 or 5 yards is just as good as handing it off for 4 or 5 yards.
Amen.
So we have to stifle the run game and do your 111, do your job, right? Dominating the red zone, because I truly do believe this is where the game will be won and lost this week. We have to be efficient and effective offensively and defensively inside the 20s, right? Sound football. Once again, do your job. Don't go for the eye candy. Sean Payton, he's an offensive wizard, right? He's gonna throw us some eye candy. They know we're an aggressive defense. So how do you slow down aggressive? Counter play, give them a little something to chase while we do something on the back end. Stay home, stay disciplined, right? Take advantage of our matchups where we can, which I believe we will. Batula, put your players in the right positions to succeed. And when he does that, we have to execute, right? Top on down. A lot's going to be on his plate this week, right? And they continue to force turnovers. I'm loving that. Look, we haven't had a lot of sacks this year, right? Getting good pressure, but not a lot of sacks. But we've been getting to that rock defensively pretty damn good this year to start off. So let's continue on that trend. And Bo Nix, he'll throw you one. You know, he
sure will.
He'll put it up there. You'll have your opportunities. When they're there, let's take advantage, right? If you're the Broncos and you're trying to be Philly, like I said, they want to get the running game going. Can't do it. They're going to want to protect Bo Nix. Don't let them do it. Don't let it harass him. You want to be on him like white on rice, literally, right? Exploit the edges. Bonitto, Allen, DJ Jones. You're going to have to get creative. I don't want to just see a lot of just one-on-one matchups where our linemen, let's pull folks, do some counter stuff. Let's take advantage of the aggression, right? They're an aggressive defense. Like they're an aggressive defense. So let's slow them down a bit. As big of a weapon, as Courtland Sutton is, he could be an inconsistent weapon. I want to see Q continue to be physical with Courtland. They're going to want to feed him. He's the main guy in the passing game. But I want Q in his face. Then they're tap dancing on his brain, right? Just being that harassing Courtland Sutton all game. I don't believe in their other options as far as the passing game goes like that. Courtland Sutton is it. If we could take him out, I believe we can manage on the back end with everything else. Red zone, I already spoke on that. Feast. We have to feast. We got to feast, right? And limit the explosive plays. When you go back and you look at the game last week, what really got the Buccaneers going? It wasn't the run game. It was the 270-yard passing plays that jump-started their offense and gave that team some life. Next thing you know, we're in the game, right? So limit the explosive plays. Do what we've been doing. For the most part, I can say during this Vic Fangio era, the explosive plays have been to a minimum. There's been some, but there hasn't been a lot. We have to get back on that horse of not allowing teams to do that, because when it just sucks the life out of you, right? If they can just score at will and it opens everything else. You throw the 70-yard bomb, here comes a 20-yard run, right? It just, things just start, all of a sudden things just start working, right? Limited explosive plays, sound football from the from the Philadelphia Eagles. Look, man, we can get this done. It shouldn't be a hard matchup, right? But we got to stay focused, and everybody has to come in ready to work Sunday at 1.
And it's funny that you said that, because our final thoughts and predictions, I know a lot of analysts say that this game is closer on paper than a lot of people may assume and think. And a lot of people are looking at Denver and saying that they do have a lot of star power over there and can pull an upset here in Philadelphia. Of course, we mentioned Nik Bonitto, Allen, Pat Surtain, J.K. Dobbins, Courtland Sutton. Those are some special and real playmakers, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. And if they do bring the energy and we come out lackadaisical, it could potentially get a little spooky and scary at the Linc on Sunday. But what I know is with our team, we do have faith, because Our home field advantage at the Linc is undeniable and unmatched. We know how raucous our crowd is, how much passion, and how ferocious we are at the Linc, and how hard it is for a team to come in and not only have to deal with us, but again, deal with that stadium noise in our crowd. We do have that experience of, if it is a tight ball game and we need to pull out some things in some close spots, we have them leaders on our team that have been in those situations. Again, to reference what you talked about earlier in the video, that experience. We do have a young squad, but we have a lot of experience with those youthful players. And then, of course, you touched on it. Our red zone offense has been spectacular in the 2025 NFL campaign, 11 for 11. Look, I don't remember the last time we have been 11 for 11 in the red zone. We usually struggle in the red zones. Me and you have covered this at length in numerous videos here on our channel, because we'll move up and down in between the 20s. Yeah. We get inside the 20, we like, hold on, bro, why are we stalling? Okay, Jake, go ahead, trot yourself out there, bro. We're gonna have to settle for 3. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. But like you said, Kevin Patullo, he switched it. He wants to be great in the red zone, which I'm not upset about, because we're punching it in and putting up 7 on the scoreboard. But I would like to see more consistency in between the 20s. I would like to see better concepts, better schemes. Get your best players, scheme them up, get them open. You see what I'm saying? This is what we paid the big bucks for these type of games. But with all of this great news and information that me and Big Hus have given to y'all, our supporters and family, a lot of people again keep saying that it's going to be a close ball game. To me, Big Hus, I don't think it's going to really be a close ball game. I give respect to Denver, but I know with our team coming out with a vengeance, and it's not our backs are against the wall because we are 4-0, but our backs are against the wall. It's time to turn it on, especially on the offensive side of the ball, get that passing game flowing and that ground game going. I think that this week our players have really bought in and really fighting for each other more than they typically do. And I think that we're going to right this ship and get this right. And my final score, because I think that we're going to break 40 this week. I've been tinkering around it for a few weeks now. I've been saying the 30s and things like that. I think we're going to break 40, even with Denver's defense being stout. So I think we're going to break 40. So I have us winning tomorrow's ball game 41, and the Denver Broncos, let's ride, have 17. So again, 41-17. Go Bears.
That's crazy. A 40 burger would be very nice. I ain't even gonna lie to you, for real.
What more can I say? What more you want me to say?
Get that monkey off your back. What? Straight up. All right, so I like this. You said 41-17.
41-17.
Okay, I had us at 34-14.
Ooh, okay. Ooh.
I didn't think that we would touch 40, but I think that, like you said, I think the game might start close, and then we just turn it on and just put it on them type deal, for real.
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? But I definitely think they're going to get 2 tubs, maybe off Bo Nix's legs, maybe off a fade ball to maybe a Courtland Sutton or something to that, nature, but no more than 14. But I definitely think we're going to put up 30 on that defense.
For sure. I like that. So you got 34-14, and I got 41-17. Either way, we'll be 5-0.
Yes, sir. That's all that matters, man.
Next.
Got him out the way. Pack him up. Pack him up.
Oh, man.
No, that's smooth. That's smooth. Okay, I like that, though. I like that. So, hey, we gave y'all our score predictions. Drop y'all score predictions in the comment section. Please do. Let us know how y'all think this game's going to go. And anything else that y'all are thinking for us regarding the game. But look, tomorrow, 1 o'clock, the Linc, be there or be square, for real. It's going to be on the popping. This should really be an exciting game to watch. A lot of highlight plays, I believe. Hopefully we can really get Saquon going, because it's about that time. It's about that time.
I do. I hope so too. As you mentioned, and we've been consistent on this channel. I know that we need to win all three phases with the offense, defense, and special teams, but it will be amazing to see this ground game open up, because when them running lanes open up, again, those passing lanes open up. And we like to see fun football. Like for the second half of the Rams game, we saw the offense that we're used to. The first half of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers game, we saw the offense that we used to. We just I know that you said it on a previous video, because we got to play as a collective. This needs to be a whole group team effort, and we will get out of this game clean and safe. But look, before we get out of here, you know me and Big Hus gotta talk to our supporters and our family. We can't forget to do that before we end the video. Come on, man. So look, to our loyal supporters, y'all know it's all love. Don't judge my heart. Y'all know it's coming from a great place. This would not be able to happen without the support from you all. And to our new supporters, look, welcome to the community and our family. Let's continue to do our part as a community and a family. Please continue being responsible. Please like these videos. It helps with the visibility in the algorithm. Disrespect that comment section. Share and subscribe to the community and our content. And last but not least, don't forget to turn on the notifications, aka the notification bell, so you don't miss when Swoop comes out with the Eagles news and updates.
All right. Hey, stay locked in for the post-game video. It's going to be out after that game. Watch the Eagles get that dub. Support the Birds. Support the channel. We love you. And if you don't know, I go by Big Husk.
And I go by Mr. Owns.
And this is the Main Thing podcast, where we keep the main thing the main thing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, it's fly, Eagles fly till we die. Till next time. Go Birds.
It was I was gonna make a lot of money doing what I wanted to do. I went after it, and it was a struggle to achieve it. But you know what? I caught that bitch. Dream chasing.